I remember I was recently divorced, and my son, I only had my son, and he was just 2 years old, my Blake, which now he's in basic military training. And I remember being very short on money. I was working as a secretary at the Health Science Center, and I was earning about $13,000 a year. I was deep in debt. And after making those payments and my car payment, I was left with $10 a month. I lived with my parents, and even though they supported me emotionally, they had very little money to offer. I was broke. I remember one night I fell to my knees. I just couldn't take it anymore. And after I put Blake to sleep, I got on my knees and I surrendered myself to the Lord. I confessed my sin and my disobedience, and I gave him my life again. And that night, I gave him my burden as well. I asked him to be real in my life, especially in my finances. So I began to tithe again, and one of the biggest miracles in my life occurred that changed the course of my life. Within 2 weeks, I had a job interview where I got hired as a bilingual teacher on the spot without my certification. The job paid me more than double of what I was making. And within the month, I relocated and moved into my own apartment and was once again independent from my parents anyway. Within a year, I had gotten my certification and was making 3 times more than a secretary. And within 2 years, I had paid all my credit card debt. I think that was a big, huge sign, just seeing that change that big transition. I reconnected with him immediately, and I found shelter in a small church family where I found the spiritual support I so desperately needed. I see Baptist Temple doing that for many people. I could see God's hand in all this, and I learned that the paycheck was not mine. It is all His, and what I give to Him is in my recognition of His faithfulness. Since then, I haven't been hesitant to give what He puts in my heart to do so. And I am also blessed to be married to a man who will not think twice. He's driven by God, and he doesn't question Him, and he gives generously. I believe God speaks to His people. We need to be alert. I believe God still speaks to His people, and we need to be alert and listen for His voice. He will guide us. I am excited to see how God will continue to guide this church to minister to people, as I too was ministered long ago. I support this campaign, and not only because we can unite as one and work together towards a goal, but also because when we are obedient to God, He always gives us the desires of our hearts, and then some. Raul and I are praying to God to know God's will for our lives, for our family, for Betel. We will make a greater effort and a personal sacrifice to accomplish God's mission for our church. And we are trusting wholeheartedly in God's provision. We have not and will not be alone. He is real, and He will provide. Let's trust Him. In essence, I was broke. I trusted the Lord. And now, I'm not going to say I'm not broke, but I'm not broke. As most of you know, I quit my job. I quit working. Health-wise, I'm doing a lot better. Stressful, I'm doing a lot better. And my prayer life has just been out of this world. I mean, it's just been such a blessing. I know that at this point, 20 years ago, it was the beginning of a beautiful relationship, and that has just been able to develop and grow. And I just want to encourage you guys. We are having to face making a decision of having to give some money. The Lord wants way more than money, a lot more than money, and He will provide. He will provide, and He will bless us, and He will make Himself real to us. God bless you.